What's up, y'all? Welcome back to another one. We got why animating on Lackadaisy was different. If you guys don't know what Lackadaisy is, refer to my last video I react to. Is an amazing animated series, and honestly, in my mind, I was already wondering how this show was animated, and I was thinking about reading the comic on the channel. I'm not sure though. We gonna see, no promises, but what I will say is I'm definitely interested on seeing how the process of animating worked. So we're gonna go ahead and react to Manu's video. We're gonna go ahead and like the video and let's get into it. Make sure y'all like, and let's see what the process of making this was. And if you don't mind, it's early morning for me, so you know I'm just gonna go ahead and peel me a little orange.
There are only a handful of
Hold on, I'm on the wrong audio output. Let me just bang, bong, bingo.
sentences that can guarantee your life is about to change. For me, this was part of a journey that started in 2014 with a random webcomic on a random website. It was like stumbling upon a hidden treasure, lying dormant, waiting to be discovered. And what a treasure it was.
Wow.
No encore? What happened to you that made you hate fun?
Oh, is it playtime now?
Wow.
Time to tie up some.
Even the comic, like I must say, like, even the comic looked fire. Like the comic is extraordinary, bro. Like I was just scrolling through it just to see what it was like, and the way that they draw it is just different. Like it feels different, it looks different, and it probably really is different. If you're wondering why I keep looking down, like I said, I'm peeling an orange. I probably can't see because of the way my screen is. This shit probably look like an ancient devil fruit. Don't mind it. But yeah, let's get back to the video.
Blue sandwich.
It is 1927 and Prohibition is in full effect. The city of St. Louis is dry on the surface, but there's a wellspring of illicit beverages underground. Created by Tracy Butler, Lackadaisy follows the fortunes of the last members of the Lackadaisy Speakeasy. They are half gangsters, half bootleggers, and 100% cats.
Type shit.
In the summer of 2014, a young me...
Yo, he's low-key like explaining the story, like giving it context. I appreciate that, I really do.
Well, I was actually 20 years old, right? But I discovered this webcomic, and I was immediately hooked. Its world was so well researched, and the characters, they were alive. At that time, I was going through a 3D animation program at a local university, but I decided I wanted to learn how to draw.
It's actually funny, like fun fact about me, like I went into school, I actually wanted to become an animator, like that's what I wanted to be, but what ended up happening for me was that it's cool like drawing and animating, however, like I always felt like I would take the route of a YouTuber anyways, like even if I was animating, and like it just kind of fell off for me because like the actual jobs, it just didn't, like, yeah, if you love something, follow the passion, but I can't be passionate about something that can't guarantee me a living, you know what I mean? So I would just like, man, I'm just gonna go be an entrepreneur instead, and on my entrepreneur path ended up, you know, being YouTube. That's why I be telling y'all, well, a lot of y'all be like, why you not so consistent, or like why you not always here all the time? It's because like I do way more than just YouTube, man. Like this is just one of my many passions. Finally peeled it, by the way. And you know, now I'm at a point in my life where I actually do want to pursue YouTube like really crazy, and Twitch and all that. So, you know, more content coming soon. That's really the point of me saying all of that.
To switch to 2D animation, and Lackadaisy was the first time I could actually appreciate the draftsmanship behind a drawing. They were not just cartoons. I was very painfully aware that someone
I just bit my
down to draw these gorgeous panels.
Damn.
I was terrified, but extremely motivated. When people talk about Lackadaisy, they usually talk about the sepia tones from the early pages, but I can't put in words what the comic evolves into. It's something I wish you can experience for yourselves, and you can, for free, in lackadaisy.com. But a funny thing kept happening to me. When I read a new page and thought about it the next day, the memory was an animation in my mind. And I thought, wouldn't it be the coolest thing to see this all animated? That would have to wait until 2020, when Tracy launched a Kickstarter alongside Iron Circus Comics.
Damn, they've been developing this for that long. It goes to show you, bro, a lot of this success don't be overnight. Because what's going to happen is a lot of people, let me switch to the screen. A lot of people are going to see this, and you're going to see it rack up millions of views and be like, yo, where did this come from? Like, this is random. Like, that, it's an overnight success. It's like, nah, bro. They've been working and they've been grinding, yo. Shout out to them.
for what initially was an art book plus an animated short for $85,000. And you know
God
how
damn.
people say it's impossible to time the market? Well, Lackadaisy did just that and launched its Kickstarter
During
on
COVID.
the very day the market plummeted to a rock bottom. But the Lackadaisy fandom stood strong.
You guys hit your Kickstarter goal on the first day. How many hours was it?
6 hours.
Yo, they hit 85,000 in 6 hours. Oh yeah, y'all love that. Y'all love that for sure.
6 hours, Jesus.
It has worked out so far.
It goes to show how badly people want their animated cat people.
The Kickstarter went
The
up
furries.
to $330,000.
Yo, they be going crazy.
The project to a
Yo,
fully
I got a theory that low key, I think most furries are rich, bro. I just don't think there'd be a lot of broke furries walking around. I think most of the furries, and they be low key furries too. It'd be these doctors, lawyers. They be furries, man. Don't get it twisted, bro.
fledged animated pilot. Of course, I backed it myself and wished it good luck. And this is where we need to introduce another character to this.
Yo, you know what I backed? I backed Friday Night Funkin' because I used to play it a lot, and I never seen that game drop. Did they scam me? Let me know in the comments.
For this project, and who actually managed to bring the idea of a Lackadaisy animation to its full potential. Fable Seagull is a force of nature. They are hands down the most talented artists I've ever had the pleasure of working with. When you're talking to them, it just energizes you and makes you want to give your very best at what you're doing. Also,
Word.
you can tell you're in a voice call with Fable because suddenly everything has chicken noises in the background. Flash forward to a few months later and I saw a post by Fable and it was an open call for animators. For Lackadaisy?
A lot of people, it may be a foot in the door or a stepping stone on the way to their career. You know, we're reaching out to people who have experience, but also people who haven't had a studio job before and who just have a nice looking portfolio and reel and stuff.
That was me. The only thing that I had was my graduation film, which I had finished literally weeks before the hiring call. But it was Lackadaisy and I wouldn't miss it for the world, so I put
that looks really
scenes
good.
into a reel and applied as a cleanup artist. And on June 7th of 2020, I got the email. You have gotten the job.
Nice.
And as an animator nonetheless. I don't have words to describe how excited and happy I felt. But then the panic set in. Oh my god. I got the job. It is not an exaggeration when I say that
Goosebumps.
Lackadaisy changed my life scores. And by the end of the video, you will understand why. But here's
Nice, man.
what this video is
Happy
not
for him.
going to be.
Look like Baby
I will
Tron
tell you how
if he was a
working
nerd
in Lackadaisy
and not a
opened
scammer.
the doors of the industry for me, even though it did. Because I know you
Yo,
don't care
this
about
shitty
this.
boy mafia.
No, I want to open a window to what working
wrong
in
with them?
Lackadaisy was like. Obviously, this is my subjective opinion, but I'm doing this in the hopes that more animation productions can take note and utilize these same elements. I truly believe there's value for every animation production and every animation fan. But first, we need to talk about crowdfunding. Ever since animation started appealing to the masses, someone whose only goal is to maximize profit, they have different names in every industry. Hollywood executives, production committees, they get to decide what we as an audience get to watch. When the machine is working correctly, they give a chance to original ideas that try to be different. Some of them thrive, while others not so much. But as profit goals keep growing, the industry becomes more risk adverse. And we as an audience have absolutely no say on this.
We did put a pitch together and we got told to make our own animation because that would be the best way to get noticed. But even
It was said with a lot of love, by the way. Like they would say, just go and do your own. Yeah, people like the artwork and everything, but it's just, you know, they're like, unless there's like certain names attached to it, it's really hard for us to like take a chance on something that doesn't already fit a certain formula.
I mean, but they had the fan base. I feel like the fact once you seen them hit the Kickstarter goal and blow it out the water, that should be enough to give a green light instantly. Just be like, hey, take that budget and bring it on board to our network, and then we'll take it from there. Like, you know what I mean? I don't know, bro. I just feel like I don't know what these company executives be doing, bro.
you're not children's entertainment or young adult, like, and if you're
Bro, the furry demographic is alive and well. Trust.
not a New York Times bestseller list thing, or, you know, if you're not that prominent or you don't know the right people, you aren't a celebrity's child.
And obviously, it's not just furry, because I ain't no damn furry. You know what I mean? But it's still good animation, nonetheless.
really have no inroads unless you go out on the internet and go and make a bunch of noise and then get that attention.
It is thanks to brave individuals like Tracy, Fable, Iron Spike, and the entire production team, who decided to take on a lot of risk, not only financially, but literally giving entire years of their lives.
Yeah, this is a good video.
Projects like this get
This is a great video.
And let me make this very clear, big production companies and studios are not the enemy. I am convinced that if a project like Lackadaisy wants to continue on this road, they do need to get picked up by a production house, similar to what Has Been Hotel did. There is benefits on the production and investment power that these giants have. But the industry has become severely risk-adverse, and we need to force them to listen. This video will go out at the same time the pilot goes live, so I do not know yet how it's gonna go.
Amazing.
I do know.
They're already killing it.
I watched the pilot 1 week before, and as you probably know right now, studios should really pay attention to the indie animation scene and the power of crowdfunding. Here's what's magical. Everything you're seeing exists because of you. The audience, a big group of people each giving a small amount of money to create tremendous impact in the world. Now we truly have the opportunity to help these new ideas flourish. And we need to keep pushing. If by some reason you're watching this video and you haven't watched the animated pilot, please go watch it. The link is in the description.
Trust me, already seen it.
This is your chance to tell the studios we are tired of them preying on nostalgia and being afraid of new ideas on the screen. But
it is, I say we are really in a weird era. Not to cut him off or to stop the immersion of the video, but like y'all felt them on it. You know what I mean? But no, it is really annoying how they just kind of making a bunch of sequels and it's a lot less original ideas. I mean, granted, a lot of them are flopping and a lot of them don't really be that good. But you got to take a chance, bro. That's all it was when the films were first coming out. All they had to do was spit things at the wall and hope they would stick. So I feel like we're reaching that era again where it's like we just need a lot of young, inspired, creative directors to just start spitballing a bunch of ideas and taking chances. Just nothing wrong with taking chances at all. So
are freaking tired of animation being treated as children's content. Both with your view, but please keep watching this video. Watch it after this one. Now let's get into what working in Lackadaisy was really like and what was so unique about it. There is no escaping it, the pandemic, which meant everything had to be done online from the very beginning. And they managed to do this by creating a Discord server. And while this is not the first online production to do this, it is the only time I've seen a structure like this. You could see everyone's work. I could see what the background artists were painting, when the storyboard team was working on changes. And here's where I get to make you a little jealous. We even got to sit in on the voice acting recording sessions.
What?
If we promised to be quiet. I cannot put in words what a learning experience this was. We all had to sign an NDA, which meant nobody was about to leak.
That's crazy. They got to listen.
Hence, while I'm blurring
That's
this
fire.
part of the video. But even on that regard, we were allowed to stream and post progress on our social media. That's right, as long as you asked for permission and it wasn't a crucial scene for the plot, you could post your animations. Personally, I only posted a test I animated when we were starting, but the entire crew was so supportive that even Tracy, Fable, and Michael Kovac himself, the voice actor for Rocky, were sharing it with their fans. This is actually so smart, and I think most productions should do this as they...
Bro, it's the community, bro. It's the community. At the end of the day, it's the audience, it's the people that's going to uplift it and make it what it is, bro. It's the community. The fact that they're so interactive, the fact that they're allowing people, even the higher ups are supporting the lower people. Because you got to understand, like, the way the community works, you have, like, the main people, like the people that's working on the show, the animators, the producers, the writers, the creators, all of those, the main people. And then you got the audience, you know, some people that might be influencers in the audience or in the community that might have a little more emotion. But at the end of the day, as long as everybody's supporting each other, it's just a giant interconnected web that's just going to pulse and vibrate and make a bunch of noise to the masses or the people that's not really sure or don't really know about what's going on the inside. You know what I mean? They're not in the web, so they're just kind of watching the web. But when the web is making so much noise and there's so much going on and it looks good, a lot of people can't help but just look at it. And so when everybody's supporting each other, there's no hate. It's just pure, you know, just pure wholesomeness and pure nothing but good love, positive energy, and the actual project that they're working on is fire. You're gonna win, bro. Always gonna win. Always.
will
So they did it right like that, to be honest.
benefit from this. I know in some cases like Marvel Studios, they would never be able to do this because obviously they have to be secretive about it. But for indie animation productions, you are both helping the production get more traction and helping the artist grow on social media as well. You never know what a small push can allow your team members to do. Going back to the perks of having total access.
I'm about to say, and you're helping that, like,
peer.
you never know, like, because it's an indie project, so they might not be able to give you everything that you need. Like, them being able to post those things might give them a little bit of financial gain, which might give them better tablets, might give them just better things for them to work and get the product out, you know, more efficient. So it's a win-win all around.
Is the environment it created. In online productions, you would interact with production assistants, your animation supervisor, and that's that. But in a Discord server, you get to see not only what they are doing, but their process and the notes they get. And a funny thing started to happen. We also had a lot of fun events. We played games, we played Garbage Phone, we had guest talks, but over the course of a long production, there's gonna be a lot of feelings coming through. There was a point where I was feeling a bit overwhelmed, since I felt I wasn't good enough to be part of the team. And Fable told me one of the most important messages I think I've ever gotten from a director. You got the job. That same phrase that started this journey for me. What they meant is, if you got the job, it wasn't by chance. Trust yourself that you can do the thing and just go do it. Imposter syndrome crawls upon you quite often in an art career. So this phrase has been an incredible reminder for me to both stay humble, but remember...
That's beautiful, bro. That's beautiful. I know I wasn't saying nothing, but you got the job. Like, it's a reminder that, you know, a lot of people are in a lot of blessed positions, bro. And you got it and not nobody else. And no matter how unlikely it is to seem to you, there is most likely somebody in your life that looks at you and be like, dang, I kind of wish I had a little bit of what he had.
That if I got the job, it means I can do the thing. And do the thing we all did. After exactly 3 years and 5 days from the date the Kickstarter launched, it was finished. I can only imagine how taxing this must have been for Tracy and Fable. They were literally on at all times. I don't want this to sound like this was a two-person project. I know they would both want me to also say this. The crew was over 170 people strong, and every single one of them had a crucial role in making what the Lackadaisy pilot is today. There's a link in the description to all the crew's names and links to their profile.
To be honest, to see just how much work and effort that goes into things like this and make you appreciate it a little bit more, bro. Like, we're watching it, it's just 20 minutes of our day. You know what I mean? Like, we just bullshitting on the internet. Like, we just see it like, haha, cool, last, click off, like the video, whatever. But for them, it's their life, bro. And when you think about it like that, bro, it makes so much things mean more. That's why stuff like sports has always been so cool to me. You know what I mean? Because you don't get to see what happens off the courts on practice. Or somebody that played high-level sports, it's like, well, I won't say high-level sports because I ain't go to college. But, you know what I'm saying? I could have, but I got injured. You know what I mean? But it's like just to be part of like AAU programs and just things and watching professionals play. And you see a lot of practices and then translate to the court. There's just so much passion. That's why people... No matter in what field of work that they do, bro, you never see what happens behind closed doors, how much work and effort and blood, sweat, and tears that go into it. So when you see the finished product, bro, you just, yeah, bro, you just can't help but appreciate it.
Files. Every single one of them is incredibly talented. What I'm trying to highlight here is it really takes a metric ton of determination to see a gargantuan task like this one all the way through. We even had an emote named Go to Bed Fable, because they never did. This part of the story is being written as you watch this, and it's up to you what happens now. I want to make this video as a love letter to not only Lackadaisy, but crowdfunded animation projects. You as the audience have the power to breathe life into so many projects and stories that are worth telling. And it doesn't take much, whatever you can give to support them, and if you really can't afford it, then just your time watching and enjoying these productions is already more than enough. Lackadaisy showed me there's a world where if you have a story worth telling, you don't need to wait for someone else's approval. And that has been my goal ever since. That is the reason why I started this YouTube channel. I wanted to give creators the tools to tell their own stories to the world and hopefully inspire them by also telling mine. I know I'm not alone on this. I want to also shout out other projects that you should definitely check out. ZDC's Ramshackle and Ashley Nichols' Farfetch. They were both members of the Laka crew, but they've both started on a journey for projects of their own that we get to support. So there's links in the description.
Fire.
To the entire crew, thank you for taking me on the journey and for all the friends I made along the way. Words can't begin to describe how proud I am of what we did and how honored I feel to have been part of this production. This pilot stands its own ground in the history of 2D animation, and I'm sure a lot of young animators will look back at it as, yeah, I got into animation because of the Lackadaisy pilot. Thank you all for inspiring others to pursue what we love, and
That's
congratulations. Abyssinia.
Like, goddamn, Unc.
I'll look at that again because I just enjoyed it so much. When you play it and like it makes you smile, something's working.
Hey, bro. Lackadaisy crew. Hats off to y'all. Y'all did y'all thing. As for the people that was watching this video with me, make sure you like, subscribe, and comment. Let me know what you guys want down below in the comment section. And once again, hats off to Lackadaisy. Fire ass show. Fire ass show, bro.